So the new topic is the strict big equation is the basic equation to find out the static load carrying capacity of a bearing. See, the strict big equation gives the static load capacity of bearing. It is based on the following assumption. The first is what? The races are rigid and retain their circular shapes. Okay. Then the balls are equally spaced. And the next is the balls in the upper half do not support any type of load. So the figure A, which is shown here, this is the figure A. So this figure A explains all the thing. This upper balls are not supportive, that's why they are not mentioned here. Only the lower balls are mentioned here. This is the load P1, P2, P3. Here P2, P3. Same at its proper angle it is being distributed. This is the load CO, that is the static load at an angle of beta. When static load the deformation takes place, this zero becomes zero dash. It is shifted downwards and the angle is same, but this deflection for all this load, that is P1, P2, it is delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, like this. So based on that we consider one equation, that is C0 is equal to what? Load P1 plus 2 times P2 cos of beta plus 2 times P3 cos of 2 beta, like this for 3 beta, and it is goes on. This is equation number. Okay, I think it is fast. So next equation is what? This is the deflection. Now let's check. It is rigid ball, so deflection delta 1, as I told you in the previous one. Stress on ball 1 is delta 1. Same thing at delta 2. So this equation will come as delta 2 is equal to delta 1 cos of beta. This we term as B. Now with the Hertz equation, we can say that the deflection is directly proportional to the load. Delta directly proportional to P raised to 2 by 3. So therefore, delta 1 is equal to what? C1 P1 2 by 3. Same, delta 2 is equal to what? C1 P2 2 by 3, like this. C is the constant. Now C1 C1 get cancelled. Delta 2 by delta 1 is equal to P2 by P1 2 by 3. This is the equation number C. Now from B and C, from this term and from this term, what we can get? This delta 2 by delta 1 will get cancelled. This is delta 2 by delta 1 is equal to cos of beta. So we can put delta 2 by delta 1 as a cos of beta. So this cos of beta is been inserted here. We get this relation. Now based on this relation, what we get, that P2 is equal to P1 cos of beta 3 by 2. Okay, we can terms in this way also. Just see here, I am highlighting here. Now in a similar way, P3, P4, all this load we can find out, that is P1 cos of 2 beta 3 by 2, P1 cos of 3 beta 3 by 2. Like this it will goes on. Now if you put all this thing in a equation number A, so what we get? C0 is equal to P1 plus 2 times P1 cos of beta plus 2 times P1 cos of 2 beta bracket 3 by 2. Like this it will goes on. So it is goes on like this. Now we can say that C0 is equal to P1 into M. This 1 plus 2 cos of beta plus 2 cos of 2 beta, it will consider as a M. So this is the value of M. Now the balls are in a 360 degree. So beta is equal to what? 360 divided by Z. So the value of M for different values of Z are tabulated as this thing. Z 8, 10, 12, 15, it is being considered. M, the value is calculated and the Z by M ratio is been taken. So for any numbers of ball, the Z by M is same, that is 4.35, 4.38, 4.36, 37. It is it is relevantly same. So Strickberg, what he's done, he takes this ratio as 5, as a standard ratio as 5. So M is equal to 1 by 5 into Z. So this becomes C0 is equal to 1 by 5 Z into P1. Okay, because we can see the M is equal to C0 by P1. From here you can get this value. Okay, so this is the experimental result, that is P1 is equal to KT square. where d is the diameter of ball and the factor k depends upon the radii of curvature. So this equation that is dependent on the modulus of elasticity, we can say that C0 is equal to kd square z upon 5. This equation is used for calculating the static load of a bearing, and this equation is known as the Strickback equation. So thank you very much.